Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. As you join in, Christy, did you get a notice that said we were recording this meeting?
Yes, I heard it.
Awesome. We are recording this meeting. I think I did that correctly. Primarily because we have several people that could not join us this afternoon because of conflicting other events. So we will be not only recording this, but we'll send out the slide deck also and the chat and different, you know, things that we're going to be linking you with. So good to see some of my Melinda. It's been a long time. It's so good to see you. It's good. Nice to meet a lot of new people too.
Good to see you, Lisa.
Good to see you.
Natalie, I used to work for Impact at one time, so good to see you. Good to meet you.
Now, where is, all right. I know certain things, like I know how to teach children to read, but I can't figure out where that waiting room is now. Oh,
Well,
people are just coming in though, aren't they? Oh, no, admit all. Sorry about that,
yeah,
guys.
you could do that if there's more coming.
There are more
Oh, here they
coming.
come.
Yeah, it was just me.
Apologies. Welcome, everybody.
We'll get started as soon as I can, because we have a lot to talk about today. Making sure.
All right, I went ahead and stopped the music in case so
Admit.
that you can start whenever you
Okay, I'm admitting people
are
still.
done admitting everybody.
Everybody.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Is Krista on this meeting with United for Children?
Not yet.
Um,
Stacy is. She's with United for Children.
Oh, yay. Okay, I just want to make sure a United for
Hi,
Children person,
Stacy.
a United for Children person is on here. Oh, here comes Krista.
and Lisa, this is Amy
Hi,
Dungan.
Amy.
I am here also.
Excellent. Excellent.
Good to see everybody.
I'm continuing to admit. Oh my goodness. And our goal was to get 20 participants today. Right, Krista? Okay, we got another person. And another person. I'm scared to start talking because I have to look at the weight room.
You know what you could do, Lisa, is there is a way that you can take the waiting room off. I think if you go to participants,
Mm-hmm.
in the drop down, there may be an option to disable the waiting room. And that way there's no waiting
Oh,
room
that's,
anymore. Do you see that?
nope.
No.
Wait,
Do you guys,
under participants?
am I telling her the wrong place to find that? I know there's a way.
Well, I
Lynn?
was just saying another option might be to make somebody a co-host and then we could let folks
We
in.
tried to do that and we couldn't.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, it won't let her share hosting this party. She is the sole host.
It's all right. It'll be. But under participants, you think maybe it's under more?
Um,
I mean, this is exciting, guys. Look, people just keep coming and coming and coming. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get started. And then I will go back to the waiting room and make sure that everybody is in here. Welcome. This is the United for Children and Community Leader Initiative first meeting. Welcome to a reconvening of the ECE key stakeholders in the St. Louis region in partnership with United for Children to inform the Community Leader Initiative. That was a lot. I just want to say that. That was a lot.
it was great.
United for Children wrote that. So we are all here, and we're going to go through a little bit of history of the St. Louis Regional Hub approach, the regional hubs that were statewide and what was happening in St. Louis, and then how it has been formed in the past 6 months, reformed, and then our initiatives moving forward. What we all know is that children need to be safe and healthy in order to be ready to learn. And ensuring Missouri's children are safe, healthy, and successful learners is the cornerstone of the Office of Childhood's Community Leader Initiative, which is today. You can learn more about the Community Leader approach and efforts to support children, families, and early educators in the St. Louis region on United for Children's website. So Christy, you want to share that?
You know what? We'll go to it. We will
Oh,
visit
right,
their
that's
website,
right.
but I actually just linked it in the slide in case you don't, if you want to get there yourself, the slides will be shared. And so
That's
you can do that.
awesome. All right, next slide.
So many of you many of you invited here today were members of what was previously called the regional pre-K hubs, and the previous amazing work that happened from that. And that was led by United for Children and the Rockwood School District, who were the community leaders at that time. So as you might have seen on your agenda that Lisa distributed prior to this meeting, we're going to spend a little time just with some introductions. And I wanted to start with your new regional community leaders, Lisa and I, or me, and we will be your meeting facilitators today. So I'll start by introducing Lisa Greening, who is the Executive Director of Turn the Page St. Louis. St. Louis's chapter of the Campaign for Grade Level Reading. Turn the Page St. Louis's mission is to align stakeholders to ensure all children are reading proficiently by the end of 3rd grade in the St. Louis community. Research shows that literacy starts for a child at birth, and strong early childhood resources and supports are a major factor for improving literacy. Lisa was the executive director of Ready Readers from 2009 to 2020. She's a native St. Louisan who has her bachelor's and master's from the Johns Hopkins University, and she is the former co-owner of Left Bank Books.
Thank you, Christy. And I figured out how to disable the waiting room during that. So yay. I am really quite honored for Turn the Page STL to be partnering with UMSL's Community Innovation and Action Center to be the other community leader. And Christy Roberts is my right and left arm in the community leader work. She is a MOSICA, as you guys know, trainer with UMSL's Community Innovation and Action Center. MOSICA is Missouri Supporting Early Childhood Administrators, provides early childhood administrators across the state with the knowledge, skills, and connections they need to effectively lead and operate quality programs. MOSICA offers group training, one-on-one coaching, resources, and connection with fellow early childhood providers, learning together about proven leadership and business strategies. Christy recently comes from the Parents as Teacher world, starting in 2006 as a parent educator for 2 Missouri school districts before working at Parents as Teachers National Center in training and program consultation. She lives in Wentzville, has a bachelor's degree in speech pathology, and is currently working on her master's degree in special education and autism at Mizzou. All righty, so a little bit of history here. Does everybody want to put a thumbs up reaction if you know of or were part of the Missouri Regional Pre-K Hub? This was in 2020, Missouri's new Office of Childhood. As you guys know, early childhood was in different departments at the state level and finally became under the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, which was a sign to our community that early child care is education. So when the new Office of Childhood was formed, they engaged regions throughout the state to create local pre-K hubs. Oh yeah, here we go. Do you guys remember this? I bet a lot of you do. So, my eyes. So this regional hub was brought together, and in St. Louis, this was run by United for Children and Rockwood School District. And we'll make sure that you get this slide. But it was really the first concept of aligning all of our programs so that our families understood and could better navigate this system. So we will put that out there. Oh, thanks, Christine. This regional hub did a lot of fantastic work. And you can find out all the work that has been done on this United for Children site called St. Louis Region 13 Community Leader Approach. One of the things that I think all of us in the community appreciated was the hard work that went behind creating the St. Louis Early Learning Landscape Data Tool. Everybody remember this? A lot of work went into it. It was designed to strengthen data available for decision-making and community planning that will enhance the regional early learning system. There is a visual map available to provide an interactive depiction, as well as reports to offer an overview of the data. So we worked at this time with Mark, and I really shout out to Elisa Zig with United for Children at the time, worked with Mark to develop this tool, and with all of us, utilizing census and other data related to early learning landscape in the greater St. Louis region. So I guess I could put a check up if you've ever seen this. I'd like to just see how many people have seen this. Christy did. All right. I encourage you to go to the United for Children website and to play around on this and look at how you can figure this out. So let's say you're looking for community. Let's just look at the community demographics. Okay, and oh, thanks, Christy. And let's say we want to look at percent of population under age 5. There we go. And then it populates in our region. And you can overlay a lot of other things on top of it. So if you want percent of population under 5, but also family economics, you want to add to that single parent families at the top. It overlays it. So this work has really, started this pre-K hub work. I'm just going to throw this out. We have such a nice big group of 24 people. Is there someone out here that would like to go off mute and just summarize their experience being part of the previous pre-K hub work team?
I'll go ahead. It was really collaborative. Input was sought from every angle. And then feedback was consistently provided, and the outcomes of that are what you're seeing now. It was incremental and very process driven, very well organized.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. So United for Children, thank you, Kristen. United for Children, where am I still? Oh yeah. United for Children and Rockwood School District were the conveners of the St. Louis Region Pre-K Hub. Now United for Children is now in charge of all of the regional hubs in Missouri. And so United for Children came back. I don't know if I'm going off script. But United for Children then reorganized and started looking at the regions through Missouri, and then coming up with a new model, but doing very similar work called the Community Leader Model. So let's go to the next slide. And by the way, there's how many of us? 23? If you really got a question, just throw it in the chat or raise your hand. We all know each other.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to be the only ones talking.
Yeah. Which comes to
So we want to we want to know who else is in here in the room. So what we want to do is spend some time introducing each other. And so what we want to do is if you could please let us know your name, the agency you represent, and if you don't mind just letting us know if you're newly invited to this leadership task force, or maybe you've been involved in the previous work. We'd really like to know that. And just, I wanted a way to kind of promote some order and make this go a little quicker. So we'll try to go in alphabetical order by first name on your Zoom screen. So skip Lisa and I, and we'll start with, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing so we're all on the same screen. But Amanda has unmuted herself, but is she? Yeah, she would be our first A person. So Amanda, then we'll pass it to Amy, probably Amy Dixon. But anyway, that's the way that'll go. So
This is
I'll
Christy's
mute
idea.
and take it away.
Hi, I'm Amanda Linsky. I'm with Impact. I'm one of the regional coordinators for Greater St. Louis. I've lived in Missouri for about 11 years, but I was a teacher for about 15 out of Connecticut. My master's is in special ed with a focus on literacy and reading disabilities. So I am very passionate about, and I was dyslexic. I guess technically I still am dyslexic. I couldn't read or write in third grade either. So I'm so sad that the average age a child is diagnosed with reading disabilities is still third grade. We haven't moved the needle since the mid 80s. So I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about advocating for children and parents and really training parents on how to be the best advocates for their children. We like to say if we do our job well and we train our parents well and support them well, we put ourselves out of a job. And so I will pass that on to Amy.
My name is Amy Dixon. I am with United for Children and a new employee with United for Children. I started in August. I was previously at Rankin Jordan developing their early learning program, and prior to that, 14 years in Parents as Teachers with Parkway. And I'll pass it to the other Amy at United for Children.
And just if you were part of the pre-K hub work for the past 3 years with Rockwood and United for Children, just say you were involved.
Yes, so I wasn't involved. However, I'm very familiar with those landscape maps just because of connection throughout the early childhood community.
Awesome. Welcome. Welcome.
Good afternoon. I am Amy Flesher Dunnigan. I am with United for Children. I've been there since April. I am the senior manager over quality assurance here, and I was involved with the St. Louis hub work. And before coming to United for Children, I worked at Arches, so who was involved with this work also. So goodness. Oh, there we go. Bolanay.
Bolanle, hello.
Oh, sorry.
No problem, no problem. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bolanle Ambunije. I'm with You and I Rise, Adult Education and Training. I've participated in the pre-K hub as well with United for Children in Rockwood School District. And our focus and our contribution to this work has to do with creating agreement between adults, talking about the adult stakeholders, us, parents and providers, you know, being in agreement about the environment our children need to thrive and being responsible for providing that environment. So,
Amen.
Next, I should have paid attention to who would be coming after me. Who's after me? Well, Christy would be, but you've already introduced yourself.
You already know me.
Right. And so, man.
I'm looking.
H?
Does the doctor count?
Howard. Is that Howard Smith?
Yeah, I think it's me. I think.
I had jumped from B to H already. All right now.
Right, we were missing a lot of letters in there.
Mm-hmm.
So hello everyone. I'm Howard Smith. I'm the director with St. Louis Area First Steps, Region 1, which is St. Louis City and St. Charles County. I am with Benchmark Human Services, which has the contract for the entire region, which includes St. Louis County, which is Region 2. I was previously involved in hub work with United for Children in Rockwood School District, so I was happy to get the email invite to be back in part of this conversation. I have been in service coordination and case management work since the mid 90s, I guess. So 96 was when I started. Been the director for First Steps since 2009. And for anyone who doesn't know, First Steps provides the early intervention birth to 3 services for the state of Missouri. So there's regions throughout the state, but we have the St. Louis area, and we provide those service coordination and access to therapy services for children with developmental disabilities or diagnosed conditions in the St. Louis area between the ages of birth and 3. So happy to be here. And I think I will pass it on to Kristen. I think alphabetically, I think you're next. So Kristen, you're up.
Hi, I'm Kristen Clemens. I'm the Director of Early Childhood at Brentwood, but I'm also the Division for Early Childhood President for Missouri currently and an adjunct at St. Charles Community College. I was involved with the work for the hub work, and I pass this on to Leticia.
Hello, my name is Leticia Williams. I'm with Lutheran Family and Children's Services, and I work with our home visitation program. And yes, I have attended a few meetings with the hub previously, but I hate to say I was involved because I don't feel like I did a huge amount, just, you know, gave a little impact, a little, I guess my thoughts here and there.
Just wait. Look at you more involved.
And I think, is it LaDonna next, or should she have gone before me? I'm not sure.
And we missed Krista.
I did not. So yeah, Krista, go ahead. You can go. You can go. And then I'll go after you.
Thanks, LaDonna. So my name's Krista Granheno. I am the Early Care and Education Resource and Referral Senior Manager at United for Children. Really long title. I oversee the contract that we received from the state of Missouri to run the Early Care and Education Resource and Referral work here in the state. So I oversee the community leader work across the state. The 7 regions were designed by the state, by the Office of Childhood. And I work with the community leaders. I've been working directly and guiding them for the past 4 months, and that's going to be passing to Stacy for this work moving forward. So I'm going to pass it on to LaDonna.
Thanks, Krista. Hi, everybody. My name is LaDonna Ellis. I am with Gateway Early Childhood Alliance. And I did participate in the hub work with United for Children and parents as teachers. So I'm just glad to be here. I do have to hop on another call here in a few minutes, but I'm gonna be interested to get the slides and to hear more about the community leader work. Larry, I'm gonna pass it to you.
Well, my name's Larry Felton. My background is I was with the Millville School Board from 2007 to 2022 and did quite a bit of work with early childhood there. We have an early childhood center, and we also moved early childhood into 6 of our 11 elementary buildings. I also worked with MSBA. I was an officer there, and we had an emphasis, at least when I ran the show, on early childhood. My primary focus now is trying to work on an early education district for the county, where we can try and do funding for everyone in terms of construction of sites and providing services to kids that may not have the opportunities for early childhood. My interests are primarily how we're going to govern this, the data we're going to need to work with it, and with the legislation that'll need to be a part of it. Those have been kind of my ongoing focuses. I'm not sure who's next. Is Monica next? Or is Laura? I'm not reading my screen well.
Or
I think it's me
Leticia?
next.
Oh, no, Leticia, you went. Never mind.
So I'm Laura. I work for the St. Louis County Library, and I was involved with the hub at that point with community engagement. So we did some events at the library trying to figure out what children and families as stakeholders wanted from the future systems that we were creating. So I'm interested in seeing how that pans out for us here.
Wonderful.
And Lynn, I think it's you next.
Hi, Laura. It's so good to see you. My name's Lynn, and I own my own small business, Baby and Me LLC. My 33 years in the field, I've been working with infants and toddlers with disabilities, families that are pregnant, coordinating two parents as teachers programs, and being one of the first inclusion specialists when it was the Child Daycare Association, for those of you that go back that far. And now I'm a pregnancy dialogues facilitator, and I host small groups for pregnant moms, hoping to provide connections, decrease anxiety, decrease depression, and increase prenatal bonding with their babies. And I'm also a certified infant massage instructor. And through this work, have had the great opportunity to reach many families, like through Laura, in offering free classes for families at the library, which has been a beautiful outcome to see how many families have taken advantage of those opportunities. And I was a part of our previous work, and I'm looking forward to continuing to really help highlight families that are pregnant, because that is really where we need to be focusing on if we're really going to be making change. And I will toss it to my friend Melinda. I think you're next.
Hello, hi, I'm Melinda Monroe. I'm the CEO at Nurses for Newborns, where I have been for 15 years. Have also spent my entire career in early intervention prevention services with pregnant people, families who are both expecting and have a child in the early childhood space. I was involved in the hub work, both here and in 2 other hubs, since we serve much of the eastern part of the state.
Good. That's really good to know.
I pass it to Melissa.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Melissa Turod. I'm the Vice President of Early Learning for Youth in Need, where we provide Head Start and Early Head Start services in St. Louis City all the way out to Montgomery County. I apologize for being off camera today, but I am driving, but hopefully we'll be able to share my face the next time. And I am aware of all the hub work, not only the one through United for Children, but in some of our other service areas, but I was not directly involved.
Melissa, I bet it's hard for you to call in the next person.
Yes, could you help me please, Lisa? Thank you.
Is it Paula?
I think it's me.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Monica Wilmson.
Oh, hi, thank you.
I'm an autism specialist and educational program manager at United Services for Children. I have not participated in any hub activities up until now. I'll be representing United Services in place of Ann Nooner, who retired.
Thank you.
And I will pass it on to Natalie.
Hi, everyone. My name's Natalie. I am a multicultural coordinator with Impact. I personally was not involved in the hub work, but Impact was involved as a community leader, and we do cover the entire state. So we worked within different regions, kind of all over the state. I cover St. Louis City and St. Louis County. And prior to taking on this role, I did work as a First Steps provider. So this is my space. Early childhood is where my heart lies. And I don't know if people realize this, but Impact does help individuals with disabilities from birth up to age 26. And so we do help a lot of families that are possibly receiving First Steps, like transitioning from First Steps to an early childhood special education. And we also offer a lot of trainings to help parents understand their rights and such. I think
it's me.
It's Paula.
Hey everyone, I am losing my voice, so I'll also type this out. But I am Paula Brayon Vickers. I'm the Director of Early Childhood Power Building at We Power. I'm also a mom of a 3.5 and 2-year-old, Parker and Andy. This is my first time being in this space. However, I have worked with children for really since I was a child. I started off in social work, moved to the K-12 space, and now I'm in the ECE space, and I have fallen in love with it. So I'm excited to be here with you all, and I'll pass it on to my friend, Dr. Samantha March.
Just in time. I was getting ready to hop off, but I appreciate being able to share. My name is Dr. Samantha March, and I have the duty, honor, and pleasure of being an associate partner with the Opportunity Trust, providing oversight for the St. Louis Pre-K Cooperative. We provide instructional support and financial resources to providers throughout the city of St. Louis, and I look forward to connecting with all of you in the future.
Samantha, is it Stacy?
I'll kick it off to the next person, who is Sarah.
Oh, yes, Sarah.
Yeah, there was another Sarah before, but
Sarah Bauman. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Sarah Kennedy.
So I'm Sarah Kennedy. I am a field specialist with MU Extension. I will be focusing on early childhood impact for the St. Louis region, but then also across the entire state. I previously was the senior manager of epidemiology and evaluation at Generate Health. And so I kind of worked in this space. I did a lot of evaluation work with the Home Visitation Collaborative, attended a few of the regional hub meetings as well. So,
excellent. Are you at the Del Mar Divine?
I'm in the
I know
the one, the secret one.
All right, Sarah.
Looks like Stacy might be our last one.
I'm Stacy Sarton. I'm with United for Children. I am the community leader coordinator. Very brand new. December 1st was my first day. My background is Missouri First Steps, worked there for 15 years. And then I was also a community leader on the Kansas City side. So I had 4 counties south of Kansas City. So happy to be here to help support you all.
Yeah, welcome, Stacy. That is wonderful. I really appreciate everybody coming back into this space and into this room. Christy, I'll let you. Did we miss anyone?
Yeah, I think Melissa was our only one that we might have missed. Melissa, we are just introducing ourselves and our agency, and if you were previously involved with the this work.
I believe she spoke and said that she was in the car.
I did. I introduced myself earlier.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. Then we didn't miss anyone, did we? Okay. Well, I'm honored to be in the room with so many what sounds like early childhood champions, and I'm really excited. So for the rest of this meeting, Lisa and I just want to partner with you on our vision for the 2024 work. We're going to start with the driver of this work, and that's the Office of Early Childhood Strategic Vision and Roadmap. And then we want to review with you the St. Louis Region's local early childhood plan, which we've submitted and it's ready for next steps. However, we are needing your help on defining the St. Louis Area Early Childhood Leadership Task Force. Boy, that's a mouthful, but you. And so we want to really look at this group, but also review and agree on partnership roles and responsibilities, and then end with getting your feedback on what we are willing and able to accomplish moving forward with our plan. So we'll finish with some next steps, hopefully have some time for questions, but we may not. So again, use that chat. We're going to share with you a Microsoft form that we also are going to need your feedback on. But of course, let us know, Lisa and I, in the chat or by email if you think later, hey, I have some questions. We are open to whatever questions you have.
Wonderful. And I just put in the chat. So by invitation, you are now members of the St. Louis Area Childhood Leadership Task Force, unless of course you would prefer not to be, and that's fine. And then just tell us. But I did want to start out in Missouri, what's going on with Missouri, and then we'll hone in about St. Louis. So Missouri, Office of Childhood created a strategic vision and roadmap that they published fairly recently. And we're going to look at that, and we'll put the URL code in the chat also. But just to, as we started out this meeting, the belief in the Office of Childhood is that a strong childhood system is essential, and you guys can see this, to supporting working families, ensuring children have safe environments and healthy development, and advancing a prosperous economy. Recruiting, retaining, and supporting an effective childhood workforce is critical for realizing Missouri's vision for early childhood. In fact, it will be impossible for Missouri to achieve its goals of expanding access to and improving the quality of early care education and services without a strong, well-supported, and well-compensated early childhood workforce. To achieve this vision, Missouri has focused on 4 big goals, and you will see this and also was on our slide, to support the ultimate goal for all children to be ready for school. The third goal is in their vision, their third goal. Oh, nice, Christy. Nice. I don't know how to do that either. Strengthen community leadership. The other goals are the Office of Childhood goals. Our goal is in the St. Louis region is to strengthen the community leadership in St. Louis region. By 2026, Missouri, this is their goal, will identify, support, and empower local leaders, that's us, in every part of the state to develop and implement strong community plans aimed at ensuring all families with young children can access high-quality programs, services, and resources in their communities. So this is the pivot, guys. The pivot is, how do we, as a region, ensure all of our families, and this is family-centered, all of our families have access to the resources that they need to ensure that their children are kindergarten ready. With that,
I'll show them the plan, or actually you can drop the plan in the chat, right?
Yeah.
So we submitted the St. Louis region's local early childhood plan. I'll also drop the website where you can find this on the website, but we wanted to provide you a copy. And there's 3 items we would like to accomplish by January 31st. That's the end of next month. And so let's just go over what those are. So we're already accomplishing that first goal, and that's reconvening this meeting to gauge interest and participation in this effort, with the goal of having 20, which we're so thrilled that you came, committed to doing this work in 2024. So that leadership team, which we've lovingly renamed the St. Louis Area Early Childhood Leadership Task Force, will include, but are not limited to, all of you. And so together we want to redefine the roles and responsibilities of the community leaders, our job, and the task force's job, with an understanding of how we will all work together and collectively provide information to the field. We want to start up the monthly e-newsletter, which was a thing that has not become a thing anymore, but we want to resurrect that starting in February 1st, we're hoping. And then another thing that we are really hoping to do is add a community leader to Lisa and I. We are seeking St. Charles County representation, and so that is a goal of ours. Lastly, we would like to develop a survey to release to you all, hoping for feedback that will inform our 2024 initiatives, a strategic plan based on maybe some gaps that we identify. initiatives. A lot of you came with those initiatives today that you stated, which is wonderful. They could include supporting students transitioning to kindergarten, and then how do we align community and school districts together for that one goal? Maybe it's understanding all of the state funding that comes from early childhood. How do we access that? How do we communicate that? Or maybe increasing awareness and coordination of just the early childhood systems that are in the St. Louis region. So remember, we wanted the initiatives we identify need to align with those Office of Childhood Strategic Vision and roadmap, but we want to look at what initiatives hold highest priority in our minds based on the survey results that we do. So we want to start by completing the team. That was one of the reasons we really wanted to get together as quickly as possible. This list on this slide represents who was invited to this meeting. It's a list we were provided from the previous work, along with some additions and revisions we were aware of. However, we need your help. We've already established who's here in our introductions. Now, who is not here? And this list was quite literally copied and pasted from a spreadsheet we were provided. So apologies if there's no, agency next to your name, but we want to learn what errors are on the spreadsheet, and we wanted to lean in on your knowledge here. Who is not here? And additionally, we could stand to have additional representation. We're looking for more Head Start, early Head Start representation, more school districts. So where else? So when you look at this list, who else needs to be here? We have a Microsoft form that we are going to provide for you. And on that form, if you notice, and Lisa's going to drop it in the
I'm gonna
chat.
drop it in. Sorry.
But question number 2 is going to ask who would be a valuable addition to our task force. So I'm going to just pause for a minute and let Lisa get that in the chat.
Sorry.
That's okay. I can too. And then, but while I'm doing that, I can do that. But anyone care to unmute or share or type into the chat someone that you're like, oh my gosh, this person needs to be here. So I'll pause for a minute and I can put the link
how
in
did I
the chat.
lose that?
Yeah, we need
Right.
some hospital folks here. We need
Yeah?
some folks from our hospital, our birthing hospitals, our high needs, our children's, Cardinal Glennon. I can think of several people at Mercy. I'll put their names in the list who have been champions in the past.
Perfect.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
I got the form in the chat, so use that. If you have their contact information, we'd love it. We'd love to invite them to the next meeting. So specifics would be wonderful. Was everyone able to open that form? Okay, perfect. So always want to make sure there's not a problem with the form.
I keep emailing Lynn. Sorry.
Bye, Howard. Okay, so more PAT representation, perfect. And so
I would suggest the special school district.
special school district, okay. Contact names would be wonderful, but I mean, we can always just
Stacy
kinda-
Sturdivant is the
Okay,
director of
I can-
special
I
school
can come up
districts
with
for early childhood.
and yeah, okay.
Well, and I think if we're
She's
just
on there.
forming even just like professionals like pediatricians, OBGYNs, someone might know the person, right? And that might lead just the brainstorming of maybe even different kind of general fields might pop some ideas that we might not have thought about.
Great idea.
Really often think about my own OB. He was like, why do I need to know about parents as teachers? I was like, because they serve families when they're pregnant, and he did a head cock.
No kidding.
And I said that I had to bring the information to the office. They did not have time to go search it out. And I was like, I understand, right? But like if every pediatrician, we have to find a way to get it to Missouri Academy of Pediatrics, and what are, where are all the other high level that can then get it out, right, to the masses, so that it's easy access for professionals to know where families can go, and then for families to find it.
Yeah, hopefully this gets your
Excellent.
juices flowing. Yes, definitely. Lisa, you wanna
My
go
next,
to the roles?
yes.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Absolutely. So who are the community leaders? Can anybody answer that question after 45 minutes? The community leaders for the St. Louis region, Christy's like, I'm nuts, are UMSL and Turn the Page STL. And hopefully, we're going to get to next, somebody that is in the St. Charles district, or we're also looking at school districts. We know that we really need to align our early childhood system with our school districts. So, whoops, let's go back. So, our roles, Christy and I, is to assist in the identification and facilitation of regional collaborative partnerships. So we identified you, and we're going to add more thanks to you. And we're going to host monthly stakeholder meetings. You, the stakeholders, the state of Missouri calls you stakeholders. We changed it to leadership task force. So we're also going to support early childhood education outreach activities to increase understanding and community support for coordinated early childhood education systems. We're also going to identify and collect information about local resources for families and early childhood professionals. I talked about families understanding resources, but also I think we're going to be looking at early childhood professionals and they're getting resources, trusted resources, and how we can communicate that system to them. That's going to be a big thing that we're going to ask from you. How can we disseminate this information? Maybe it's not an e-newsletter, maybe it's a text, maybe it's we're going to need that input. And lastly, our role is to promote the mission and work of the Early Childhood Education Resource and Referral Network and Office of Childhood at the local level. It's to understand and support and communicate Missouri's strategic vision for Missouri's childhood system. We showed you the one-pager you can read at your leisure, or if you the entire report on the link that we shared in the chat. And we're going to work with you to create and implement a local St. Louis early childhood plan. Our goal is to have this plan in place by May. All right.
Oh, sorry. Like it's not switching. So with our goal of identifying a potential community leader that might represent St. Charles County, we're very interested in talking with you further. If you or you might know someone who would be interested in filling that community leader role in St. Charles County. So I see that there's suggestions still coming in the chat, which is wonderful. But just letting you know, if you know someone that's interested in fulfilling that role, let Lisa and I know, and we can get you in touch with United for Children for the details of what that entails. You could also put that on number 2 on the Microsoft form, as you're thinking about more people to add to this task force. Maybe you think, oh, this person would also be a great community leader for St. Charles County. So I'll toss it back to you, Lisa, for those leadership task force roles.
So what are your roles before you jump off this call and you say, well, I want to be part of this early childhood education leadership task force, or I don't? This is what we need from you. We need you to understand and support this strategic vision and roadmap for Missouri's childhood system. This was created by the Office of Childhood at Modesi. We need you to help us, the community leaders, identify, invite a diverse group of stakeholders to join the St. Louis Leadership Task Force. Appreciate. We've already started that process. We need you to attend the monthly stakeholder meetings. And those stakeholder meetings are our St. Louis Leadership Task Force meetings. We need you to help us support early childhood education outreach activities to increase understanding and community support for a coordinated early childhood education system. So it's helping us align and get the word out to families and providers. Provide expertise and knowledge in the creation of a local plan, and provide timely resources and information to the community leaders in order to connect and inform early childhood educators, families, and other stakeholders. We need all of you at this table. And without you, we can't move this work down the road. And so it's kind of like opening yourself up and saying, kids first, let's figure this out together. So, next. Oh, I'm there too. So that Google form doc that was put in the chat, and I bet Christy can put that again in the chat, is
or this QR code.
Or this QR code, fancy QR code. You can do it either way. At the top of it, it's going to ask you who should be part of this leadership team. The second half is going to ask you about what are your ideas for an early childhood plan. So in January, we will be sending you, our Early Childhood Education St. Louis Leadership Task Force, a few survey questions so that we can prioritize our work for the short term and long term. As Christy had said earlier, priority questions may include what information early childhood education professionals and families need. What do they need? How can this information be communicated? I think that's the most difficult part of this work, is how do we get this to everyone? Does everybody look at their emails anymore? I mean, things like that to think about. Other questions are going to be, how do we align communities and schools to help our children better transition to kindergarten? Or how do we increase awareness and coordination of early childhood systems in the region? Maybe how do we communicate funding opportunities? So I would like you to add to that Google Doc what priorities you would like our region to tackle in the short term, our region meaning St. Louis, City, County, and St. Charles, in the short term and long term, knowing that by 2026, our goal is Missouri will identify to develop and implement a strong community plan aimed at ensuring all families with young children can access high-quality programs, services, and resources. All of this will be sent to you. You don't have to have that memorized, what I just said. But all of this will be sent to you after this. But we need your input. What are those missing pieces that are happening? Why our families aren't getting quality services, and how we can support more quality services.
Yeah, and Sarah put in the chat, this is interesting, to align with other plans in the community. We'd be interested if you have those plans.
Yes.
And they're already aligning, obviously, yes. That is the short answer, is absolutely. We would want to
Right. And I throw out to some people here that I know like Paul, right? Like We Power. What is We Power's plan? What is the Alliance's plan? What are some of these overarching plans? Because we need to do all this work together. So
please put that, if there's a link to that plan, please maybe put it in that area of the form.
Chat?
Yeah, or in the chat if you got it.
Email me. We'll be sharing all of this.
Okay.
Any other plans too?
So next step, complete that Microsoft form, please. at your earliest convenience. We're going to share the recording and the slides of this meeting at the conclusion, so you can review maybe any parts of the meeting that you needed a little more time to process or you need some additional details. Remember that Lisa and I are available for any questions you may have along the way. Our next meeting, we will send a Zoom link out for. We tried to make it about the same time and date as this month, so January 17th at 12:30. Grateful for your attendance today, as well as your participation in implementing the plan we have set for 2024. And with that, we have 5 minutes if there's any questions. And you had some follow-up, Lisa, you wanted to make sure
Oh, yeah, I did.
you got,
Thank
you got in. So,
But let's open it up if anybody has questions, and then I was just going to talk about early childhood funding in the city and county briefly. Anyone? Well, I will tell you, and I'm going to put this in the link, but two things are happening right now in the city of St. Louis. By the end of Friday, if you are a city resident, by the end of Friday, they will determine where the St. Louis Rams settlement money is going to. And early childhood is on the table. And I don't know why I'm so, I got to get that link here. Oh, I just saw it. Here.
Are you trying
The
to
link.
find the Repowers plan or the Ram settlement plan? Like the
I'm
whole,
sending the St. Louis Citizen Lab
okay, I can drop it.
thing. So, right. So WePower is been doing a phenomenal job getting this information out to city residents. And so has the Alliance, and so has actually Southside Early Childhood Center. But I wanted to make sure everybody here, and you can pass it on. If you're a city resident, please go to the portal and put your 2 cents in to fund early childhood. The other thing I just wanted to say, and this had to do with Larry's comment, that the St. Louis County, thanks to WePower and the Alliance and Urban Sprouts, among many others, was able to get a significant amount of funding with the St. Louis County for early childhood, but they haven't seemed to expend it at all. We've been waiting over a year to expend that money. Just wanted you guys all to know that and to be clear, and I can put that in the email about that money and putting pressure on your council members to get it to the early childhood centers as quick as possible. It is a difficult time for many of them to stay open, and this money would be an incredible relief. Oh, thank you, Paula.
I was gonna say, can I drop in the link for our day of action tomorrow where they can learn more about
Yes.
how to support either St. Louis City or St. Louis County?
Yes.
So I'm dropping in 3 different links. The top link is about the virtual day of action. So that looks at how we're going to follow up again on those Rams, or not Rams dollars, the ARPA dollars that were won last year, but that haven't been allocated, and contracts have not been provided to Childcare Aware that is able to facilitate the Teach and Wages program. So we need that to move very quickly in order for the program to be carried out before the deadline for federal dollars.
thank you so much, Paula. And I did want to put this just last slide up with United for Children's website again, because, as Missouri's early care and education resource and referral network, this is going to be the site where, early care professionals, children, and families can get resources and referral services throughout Missouri. More marketing materials, postcards are going to be distributed in January, I believe. So look for those coming your way just to promote this, promote Missouri's early care and education resource and referral network.
Right. We're at 1:29. You know, the good news is we're going to be continuing this conversation. We have open lines of communication. We'll send out our plan and also our roster to you. We'll have a shared Google Drive so that if Christy forgets Lynn's email address, she can access it easily so that we can continually communicate with each other and with other organizations. And I'll share that all in the email that you'll receive next. How's everyone feeling?
Excited?
Good.
Thank you so much for both of your hard work in getting us gathered and organized and re-inspired as a group, right? I think we all have been doing our part,
Absolutely.
right, as we've moved along, but nice to come together again. And
Absolutely.
We're grateful for you coming.
We're grateful and stay in communication, and happy holidays to everyone and happy new year, and be safe.
We'll see you soon.
I put my email in the chat because I wasn't on the original email list, and I
Okay.
definitely want to
Oh.
stay in touch. And we do have a lot of early childhood works I think would be very beneficial. Like it would be mutually beneficial.
You're on the team.
Wonderful. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for setting this up.
Thank you, Natalie.
You too.
All right, Christy.
Just wanted to see, did you guys need anything or how are you feeling?
How'd we do?
Oh, Larry came
I
back.
should stop.